VUDU has just entered the streaming wars in a very interesting way.
Xbox,
Twitter, Uber,
Postmates,
Netflix, MoviePass,
Google, Facebook, eBay,
DoorDash,
Apple, Amazon, Airbnb,
The Apptrepreneur. Hey everyone, this is Kevin, the Apptrepreneur, and the streaming wars just took a very interesting turn this morning. I got an email from VUDU, which for the record is my preferred streaming platform. I know it's technically not a service, I'm not paying them a monthly fee to watch anything, but whenever I buy like a DVD, Blu-ray, for the movies that don't wind up as part of the giveaways during the live streams, I put them on Movies Anywhere, and if not Movies Anywhere, I go to VUDU. I like it more than iTunes, although just a little clue for those of you who have multiple accounts, most of the time, the iTunes code will work in addition to the VUDU or the Fandango or the Movies Anywhere code. So if you want to, put your movies across multiple devices, sometimes that will work. But I got this email today, and VUDU did two things very interesting. First of all, they are entering original content, which is something that I didn't know they were doing, and I didn't think they were going to do it, and that kind of makes me wonder what the future of VUDU is going to look like. And the second thing they're doing is they have added a selling feature that has got other companies sued. They are adding a filtering feature. So here's from The Verge. VUDU's new family play mode automatically skips sex, violence, profanity, and drug use in movies. Over 500 titles support the new family play option at launch. VUDU is trying to establish itself as the most family-friendly video streaming service with several new features aimed at parents. This actually doesn't surprise me at all. For those of you who are not aware, VUDU is owned by Walmart. So it kind of makes sense considering Walmart is one of the companies. They're one of two major companies that basically made the NC-17 rated movie Poison. Because Walmart and Blockbuster jointly said they would not carry NC-17 rated movies. Interestingly, VUDU will sell NC-17 rated movies now. But yeah, it's interesting to see Walmart not only sell NC-17 movies, but at the same breath, they are actually doing this family play feature. The most interesting of them is called Family Play, when activated, it lets you skip past or mute strong scenes of sexuality, violence, substance abuse, and language. Customers have the option of customizing the categories that Family Play filters, and the feature can be turned on and off at will, including while watching something. So you can, here's what it looks like. You can require a PIN. You can put Family Play on, you can select certain things. So some people are not bothered by violence, but they are bothered by sex, and then some people actually are bothered by substance abuse, but they're not bothered by language. So, it's nice that it's customizable. And over 500 titles support Family Play at launch, including Guardians of the Galaxy, The Dark Knight, Forrest Gump, The Bourne Identity, The Hunger Games, Spider-Man 3, The Lego Movie, Gravity, Men in Black International, and many more. Just for the record, I don't believe The Dark Knight or The Hunger Games make for family-friendly viewing regardless how much you edit them. So, according to Variety, VUDU used a mix of human reviewers and algorithms to identify the scenes that should be passed over, and it stuck to PG and PG-13 films, since R-rated movies would probably contain a large number of sudden jumps. Which is funny because, Sony, they tried to do something like this fairly recently and ended up blowing up in their face. They announced it, and filmmakers and actors and stuff were like, they were saying, hey, no, don't touch our movies. Don't cut them up. We made our movies a certain way. Please don't edit our movies. Now I'm going to share my opinion on that at the end of this. So there's the Dark Knight, and you can see Watch This with Family Play. You will see a Watch with Family Play option for any tile that works with the new feature, which is powered by ClearPlay. For now, it works on iOS, Android, Xbox One, the web, and newer TVs from LG and Samsung. Now, what's really interesting about all this, especially with the ClearPlay, I believe ClearPlay was sued by a bunch of studio companies for copyright infringement for doing this very thing. Also, VidAngel was forced to pay a lot of money for pirating movies, even though they, in my opinion, they weren't technically pirating. You were streaming movies through their service in the sense that you paid VidAngel about $9 a month, and you would stream a movie through Netflix or Hulu or something like that, and you would filter the movies. Still had to pay for a Netflix subscription. Still had to pay for a Hulu subscription. But you could filter the movies if you were also paying for a VidAngel subscription. Apparently the studios did not like that. So what makes VUDU any different is beyond me. Anyway, Common Sense Media, obviously they supported it. Now, here's what might be the big difference, because it dawned on me that VUDU is not, strictly speaking, a streaming platform. Like they're kind of weird in the whole streaming wars thing. They do have a few free movies that you can watch on their platform. Like, I recently watched All Dogs Go to Heaven because it was free with ads. I mean, yeah, I have it on Blu-ray, but it was convenient. It was right there, and it was kind of in the background anyway. And they always tout, these movies are free this month. Come watch them before you have to pay for them again. Otherwise, you are buying and renting your own movies. That might be what gets away with it. So anyway, let's go to my VUDU account. And there you have it right there. Stream confidently, introducing a diverse set of family-friendly features for more control over how you watch. Let's just learn more about this right now. Discover a new way to watch Family Plan. Customize your experience to seamlessly skip or mute strong scenes of sexuality, violence, substance abuse, and language based on the preferences of you and your family. You have a kids mode now. You have a kids store, which is actually something that was very much needed, I would say. So yeah, they're definitely trying. It makes sense. And there's their original show, Mr. Mom. The original movie, I don't know if you remember, had Michael Keaton in it. So I don't know. Does Mr. Mom cost any money? Yeah, it does. You can own season 1 starting at $5.99, the whole season for $8 or $10 for Ultra HD. So how many episodes is this? This is I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. There's 2 up there now. So I don't know. Maybe I'll check this out. But let's go to my VUDU. I'm kind of curious to see what movies. I've got a lot of movies in VUDU, by the way. So let's see. Rocket Man. That's an R-rated movie. That doesn't appear to do anything. What about Godzilla, King of the Monsters? Okay, there it is. Watch this with Family Plan, okay? Wizard of Oz? Yeah, well, that's a G-rated movie, so there would be no reason for that. What about Ghostbusters? Watch with Family Play. Let's see here. What else? Labyrinth? I mean, yep. I mean, it's a PG movie, but you can still take some stuff out if you want. Detective Pikachu, that actually would be really convenient to have. Actually, because of Detective Pikachu, let's take a break and let's pause on this so that I can make my feelings on movie censorship very well known. I am against movie censorship. Absolutely against it. And by the way, for years, I had a position that said, hey, if you're not happy with something, then just don't watch that movie. Pick something else to watch. Don't be editing movies. And I've kind of lessened that stance a little bit over the years. Partly as now I have nieces and nephews, and I start to see like the pointless stuff that's just put in movies to do nothing more than bump the rating. And I've gone through, I don't know how many PG-13 rated movies that would be either PG or G if they didn't include that one use of the F word, and grandma does not like the F word, so we can't show her that movie. So, you know, this makes a lot of sense. And here's the thing. I am still against filmmakers and studios saying, hey, we're going to censor the movie for you. And you can't watch E.T. with guns anymore. It has to be with walkie-talkies. I mean, doesn't matter that the guns aren't fired. You can't watch it. So I disapprove when filmmakers and studios decide to self-censor for me. However, if I'm buying my own copy of Detective Pikachu and it's like, hey, I want to watch Detective Pikachu with the nieces and nephews. But you know what? There's 2 swear words in there. I know their parents don't want them to hear that word. Can't show them the movie. Well, guess what? With Family Play, now I can like mute those words right out of there. I can mute them out. So that no longer becomes an issue. In fact, let's go back to, let me look for a PG-13 movie that is really quite mild. It's 2001 Family Play. Nope. Is Space Jam? My goodness. Space Jam with that. There's probably only one scene I can think of where that would be a problem. Let's see here. What's a fairly tame PG-13 rated movie? Trying to think. I realize most of the PG-13s I have are fairly. Oh, Ready Player One. Yeah, that would probably be PG if it wasn't for that one swear word. Well, actually, let's go to Phantom Thread. I'm kind of curious. No Family Play. See, that only has like a few curse words, and that would be a PG-rated film. No, I need a better. The Post. 1 F word in The Post. Okay, well, that's not available. So, sorry, Grandma. I guess you're not watching The Post. What? All right. What the heck? I'll bite. What about Joy? No, that's not going to work. So yeah, it's not for everything. Magic in the Moonlight. No, that doesn't work either. Mamma Mia. Okay, that has Family Play. That's probably more than just one word though. That's a few words. there's got to be an extremely good example of a very, you might see some of these kid movies in there, folks. Dollar Tree store, check out my vlog channel. See, this is a little tougher than I thought. I'm looking for something like The Queen or My Life as a Zucchini. Here. See, that doesn't work. And that only has like one thing that is the reason it's PG-13. So Sully, one use of the F word. Family Plan, yeah, that can turn that into a PG-rated movie with family play. So yeah, I don't know. I know that filmmakers are not going to be happy about this. I'm just curious, how are they going to respond? Because again, they've been suing many companies, including the company that teamed up with VUDU to bring this. I would hope that they had permission from the studios, but why would they give it now when they've been against it for so long? Is it because, maybe it's because it's Walmart. Because Walmart still sells an obscene amount of movies, both digitally and packaged. And it's kind of like you don't want to go up against Walmart. Walmart can control whether, if Walmart decides not to stock a movie, that could spell financial death for that movie if it's a mainstream movie. So maybe that's one of the reasons they're not saying anything. It's going to be very interesting. So again, my position on this is I would rather watch the movies uncut. I won't be using this, however, in certain exceptions with grandma and maybe the kids, if it's like a word or just one little itty bitty thing that's not important at all, and yet the only reason, it's so obvious the only reason they put that in the movie was because they want to bump the rating. You know what? Hey, I'll watch it with family play at that point. I'm sure I will not be hurt or disappointed at all. But of course, it is a slippery slope. I'm okay with options. I'm okay with options. Again, if this was a studio saying, hey, we're going to edit the movies and you have to watch the edited versions, this would be the worst thing to happen to movies ever. Because it's totally optional, hey, whatever. I don't care. I do not care. It's a nice little bonus. But anyway, we're going to end it right there. What do you folks think? Do you agree with this? Do you disagree? Are you going to be using it? Are you not going to be using it? Are you going to be checking out Mr. Mom? Does Mr. Mom interest you at all? I will. You know what? Heck, I'm just gonna watch it just for the heck of it. I'm really curious just to see what their first attempt is. Apparently, you can watch free new episodes on Thursday, so there you go. Anyway, I'd like to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly, and you get access to my Patreon's exclusive blog. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.